What's going on, guys? The Real Bodybuilding Podcast, and we are going to go solo on this one so I can give you guys an update about tomorrow's show. The British Grand Prix, the Two Bros Pros event, has been moved from Saturday to tomorrow. So I think it starts at 12. Well, I think we have a little bit of a share here, so let's just do that. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And I'm on James's page, and he's got the poster here for the British Grand Prix. It's $20 for the live stream for pre-sale, $25 on show day. Here's the link that you can go to and get the live stream. And I believe they start at 12:15 UK time. I believe Eastern time, that's 7:15. They're 5 hours ahead. So just check Google. It's 12:15 UK time, and it goes till about 5 o'clock. And I believe there's also a list somewhere of the schedule. So here's the schedule. There you go. So 12:15, they start. 4 p.m. is the start of the men's open. But if you want to see classic, you might want to get on by 1 o'clock so you can see the classic and the bodybuilding. So I'm going to try and commentate tomorrow, and we'll do like a little bit of a watch party kind of thing. So if you guys get the live stream, then I will do a live commentary during the show, and hopefully that'll help you guys out, or you guys will enjoy that. So that's up to you. But for now, let's just get through the breakdown of the show. We'll go through each competitor, kind of show you it's a smaller show, not too many guys. I think the COVID situation's kind of really hurt the show, unfortunately, and they moved it ahead so that they could avoid the UK lockdown. So we're going to go through, I have all the competitors kind of brought up here. We'll go through them one by one. First, we have James. I put James first because he's coming off his win in Spain. So, James is looking to kind of repeat. He's actually in better form than he was in Spain. So I'm expecting a really crazy look from James. I mean, he looks like he's gotten more shredded. His body looks harder, and his stomach looks like it's actually come down a bit since the show as well. So this lower abdomen was kind of sticking out a little bit during Spain. I don't know if this is a carb loaded really heavy or not, but it looks super flat here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what James brings to the show, because I know he wants to qualify for 2021. And winning this show will do that for him. I mean, he looks full as a house here. Just tons of muscle. So I am picking James to be the favorite for this show. I don't think anybody at the show can beat James. It's pretty much the same lineup that was in Spain. Some guys could come back better. I think Regan is doing the show. So I have Regan here. We'll go through them really quickly. I have Regan here, who's also doing the show, who's been, I think for somebody like Regan, who's a younger guy who doesn't have necessarily the muscle maturity that James has, I think doing like 2 shows in a row or 3 shows in a row or 4 shows in a row is actually going to work to his benefit. I think each time he steps on stage, he'll actually be better and better and better. And I'm expecting a better Regan here than he was in Spain. And he could push James. I don't know if he's got the muscularity yet to beat James, but I do expect him to push James a little bit more. The back shots are going to be tough to beat. I think James' lower body is better. I mean, Regan's got great hamstrings, but James' lower body is pretty incredible. I think in the back itself, I think Regan's got him. But I think overall, I do think James can beat Regan at this point in Regan's career. But I do have Regan sitting in a strong second place at the show so far from the competitors list. Now, somebody else could jump into the show between now and tomorrow. I don't know if there's going to be any last minute entries. I mean, it is only a day out, so this should be the final list. But just in case, just bear with me, guys, because this is the list I got that I think this is going to be the final list. So I have James in first. I have Regan second. Third, we have Sampson. And the reason I have Sampson is not just because he is a hostile athlete. The reason I have Sampson third, because Sampson took 5th in Spain, which would be the next on the list of the competitors that we have entering the show. And I think he's, it's another one of those things. He's one of those guys. Some guys get worse as shows go on. They get more tired. Their body gets more tired, and they start to look worse as the shows go on. Sampson's been dieting since I believe, February of this year because of all the COVID situation and lockdowns. And he seems to just be getting better and better and harder, and it seems to be working in his favor. So I think if he brings a better package, a tighter package than he did in Spain, he could push Regan. I don't know if he's ready to beat Regan yet. Regan's still a little bit. Regan's just a bigger guy. I don't know if he's necessarily more muscular overall, but Regan is just a bigger man. His bigger structure overall. So I don't know if Sampson's ready to beat Regan yet. I have Sampson in a good third place for this show, but we're hoping he moves up, and he's been a workhorse this year. I mean, doing all the dieting he's doing and still coming in awesome shape. So we're really looking forward to Sampson to pull out a third place finish here, if not better. So we'll see if Regan slips, if Regan doesn't for some reason nail his conditioning, Sampson could pull ahead of him. And the same goes for James. Now, I don't think either one of them are going to slip. I think these guys are very, very focused on this show, and they want that qualification for 2021 because it means a lot, because that means these guys can do the Olympia. Regan and James are already qualified for the Olympia. That means they can do the Olympia, and then they can sit out and just get better and better and better the whole year and get ready for the Olympia in 2021. So this may not seem like it means a lot to you guys watching, but it does, because this affords, especially somebody like James who's very diligent in the off season. I mean, Regan is too, but I just watched James' progression. So that's why I bring him up, but it gives that person, 9-10 months of just nothing but growth. And when they show up at the Olympia, you're like, wow, that's a completely different person. And that impact can really change their placings and elevate them in the sport. So this is a very meaningful show for those two guys, especially since they're already qualified and they're looking to make themselves better for 2020, 2021. After Sampson, we have Mark Hector, who I was extremely impressed with in Spain. Mark Hector, I think some people feel like he should have been higher in Spain. He can push Sampson. I don't know if Sampson is like hands down better. He can push Sampson. They seem pretty equal in size, pretty equal in structure. I believe Sampson has a better back. But yeah, I think overall it's going to be impressive and it's going to be fun to watch. This is the matchup. The two matchups, there's three matchups, and I'll get to the third one, but these two I really want to see. I really want to see the Regan and James. I want to see them go at it. I want to see if Regan is able to bring himself to be even better than he was in Spain. And I want to see Sampson and Mark Hector, because Mark Hector has a very, very impressive physique, very small waist, very round muscle bellies, very complete. He's not really lagging anywhere. And I believe Sampson and Mark are close to the same size, so I feel like it'll be a really good battle on stage between these two. Now, the dark horse that I've kind of pulled up here is Florian. And I don't know how to say the last name, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to say Poisson, maybe, Florian Poisson. He's from France. He is a little bit of an unknown, except for, people in the sport really kind of follow the sport closely, know who he is, but he's just got a phenomenal physique. Like, it's almost cartoonish when you look at it, right? The legs are just massive, tiny little waist, can pull a vacuum, great arms, good chest. He's really got all the body parts. I think his weak point, if I had to pick one, would probably be, I think his back needs to be a little bit bigger. I think when your legs are that big, you need a big back to kind of match and really give that upper body, lower body proportion and symmetry. So I feel like his back could be a little bit better. He doesn't post a lot of back shots, so I don't know if I'll be able to find one. Well, there's one there. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's got great shape. I feel like his back has great shape. The insertion points are down here, which is very, very good, very promising. Means if he can put the meat on, if he can build the density to this lat, they will sink low into the hip, which is nice, because a lot of times you see guys with small backs, that lat insertion seems to be a little bit higher, and they can't seem to develop that lower lat at all, and they don't have the insertion point there. Whereas his insert low, you can see here, and if he can develop a good amount of muscle back there, He'll be able to be able to be very competitive. Now, the thing is about Florian, I don't know how recent, these are 11 days out. I feel like James is much harder. So I don't know if he'll be able to compete with James. I mean, you can see here, the muscle is new. I believe he's a young guy. The muscle is really new. It's fresh. Doesn't have a lot of maturity to it. So it's not very grainy or striated. So I don't know if he'll be able to push James at all. It'd be interesting to see him next to Regan, to be honest with you. But I believe because of the back situation, I think Regan will be able to beat him as well. I kind of see him in a race for third, fourth, fifth, somewhere in there. I think if I had to guess, based on what I'm seeing here right in front of me, these pictures are 16 days out, so that's still a bit out. But you know, I wish I could see more of these photos. These are 9 days out. If I had to guess, I would probably put him in, you know, fourth, fifth spot. I just don't know if the conditioning is where it needs to be this close to the show compared to the other guys. I could see him pushing, because of the size difference, though, I could see him pushing Mark and Sampson. I don't know if he's ready to get ahead of James and Regan. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see what he looks like in the final days. So the most recent picture we have is 9 days out. So I can't really tell too much from this photo. But if I'm going to guess, based on this, like I said, fourth or fifth is where I would leave him. After him, we have the giant Jamie Johal, who I believe took 9th or 10th in Spain. Shredded as usual. I still feel like he's got a lot of, I mean, the guy's 6'6", I believe, or something like that. So he's still got a ways to go to fill out this frame before he can contend with the top guys. I don't know if he'll be in the top 5. We'll see tomorrow. His conditioning could carry him. And he's, you know, on stage, he does look like an actual giant. So it'll be interesting to see tomorrow where they place him. Then we have Kuba Klein, or Kuba, I think it's Kalin, I don't know, Kuba Kalin, who did Spain as well. I'm not sure where he placed. I believe he's outside the top 6. Looks great symmetry, still needs a little bit more size. We'll see tomorrow. I believe he'll be in the 6-7 spot, 5-6-7 spot. So we'll see how he does tomorrow, but conditioning is great, symmetry is great, just needs a little bit more overall muscle to really contend with the top 3 guys. Good shape overall. Lastly, the gentleman I don't know, Theo Laguerre. Sorry guys if I'm butchering these fucking names. I'm just doing my best. This is a newer guy from what I know. I'm interested to see how he does. He's got a great physique. I don't know. I've never really seen him stand next to anybody, so I don't know how big he is. I don't know if he looks like he needs to be a little bit bigger to stand with the top guys, but you can't really tell from an Instagram photo, so we'll have to see when he gets on stage. Now, conditioning-wise, I'm not sure how far these pictures are. Everything's written in French, so I can't read French. I don't know how many days out this is or anything. So it says it was posted 2 days ago, but I don't know when the picture was taken. So it looks like he's 2 days ago would put him at 3 days out. I feel like he should be tighter than this. He looks good. I'm comparing him to James, right? When I say that. So I don't know if he'll be in that top call out, but I'm not gonna put him anywhere or place him anywhere because, like I said, I've never seen him on stage. And I don't know what he looks like standing next to the other guys, but he's got a good physique. He's very, his back looks pretty good. He's very complete. From these photos and not seeing him on stage, all I can say is I feel like he could be a little bit bigger. His conditioning seems good. Lats are feathered. I mean, when I compare him to James, I don't know how many people are going to be in the shape James is in. James looks like he's got no skin at this point. So that might not be a fair comparison, but I think he'll do well. We'll see. I mean, he's very complete. He's got all the body parts. Just looks to me like he needs to be a little bit bigger to be in that top call up. So that's all the guys competing tomorrow. And like I said, I'm going to go James, Regan, Sampson, Mark, Hector, Florian. I think will be 5th. The Giant, and then Kuba, and then Theo will battle out, I believe, for the 6, 7. James, Jamie Johal, Kuba, and Theo, I believe, will battle for those last spots. And then, so yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the breakdown for tomorrow. Like I said, this qualifies them for the 2021 Olympia, so it is important. And I hope you guys will watch, support the live stream, support the shows, and support your favorite guys. You know, Regan's doing the show. You guys got a huge fan base. James has a huge fan base. So if you guys are fans of these guys, get the live stream, get up early. If you're not from the UK, get up early and watch your favorite pro compete tomorrow. It's going to be fun. We'll see who walks away with that Olympia qualification. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be an awesome show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.